y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. No, I have not abandoned it. I'm kind of slowing down on or have been for months. It's been a long time since I've really made consistent videos, but I just, just a little update on, I'm just so busy right now. I've had a lot of things happen. I've been going through some things. And just one thing I want to say, the weather today, if you come to my channel, I talk about the weather a lot because I live in Texas. It's very hot here. And we've been having a lot of dust storms, like almost every other day we've had dust storms. And we've had quite a few, really bad ones, and it's really affected my migraines and my, my congestion, giving me headaches and stuff like that. If you ever have migraines, the weather can affect it really bad, and I've had a few horrible migraines, and sometimes they last from like a day to like a couple of days, 2-3 days, but that, and I still think I have some fatigue, a little bit left from where I took the vaccine, but not as bad as it was, because I had made some videos when I took the vaccine last year, and I got really sick from the vaccine, but overall, I don't regret getting it. And anybody who's thinking about getting it, educate yourself on it, make your own decision. I'm not telling people to do one thing or the other, but for me, I did it because I have respiratory issues, and I usually get sick once or twice a year with respiratory issues like bronchitis or getting close to pneumonia, stuff like that. So I did it. I took the risk of getting the vaccine. Every time you get any kind of medicine, there's going to be a side effect to it. And I just decided for myself, that's what I want to do for myself. And I don't regret it, but it did have some side effects, and they did affect me pretty bad for a while. But overall, I have not had a single incident where I've had to go to the hospital for a breathing treatment or any kind of respiratory issue in almost 3 years, which is utterly amazing for me. I usually get sick at least 2 or 3 times a year with respiratory issues, and sometimes they're so bad, like I said, I've had to go to the hospital before, and usually I have to go to the doctor at least once a year, and I haven't had to so far yet, thankfully. I'm gonna get a booster shot probably also, I've decided. But each person needs to decide that on their own. So this is not me endorsing it one way or the other. And besides that, I've gone through a series of job hopping, and the pandemic was really rough, for a lot of people, for jobs, and just struggling through that. And right now I ended up at a job that I think I really like. Hopefully I'm going to be hired full-time, permanent. And it does have really great insurance, and they pay for the insurance. So, and it's got pretty decent pay. Once you get hired on, you get that, kick up premium pay. So I've been going through that, and we've been working long hours. And right now I think I'm working about 10 hours a day, plus about an hour worth of driving time, plus a 30-minute lunch, which that's 11 and a half hours a day. So, and I'm exhausted when I get home. I have 5 dogs. If anybody hasn't been to my channel before, I have 5 dogs. I love dogs. And I end up having to take care of them as soon as I get home, feed, water them, take them out, give them attention, And I do spend a lot of time with my dogs, and just generally life, kind of piles up on you sometimes. So I'm just kind of going through something like that. And I do have a TikTok. It's a tiny little TikTok. It's, Kimberly Q77, if anybody wants to know about it. But so I have been doing a few TikToks there. I was doing a lot, but I kind of slowed down on that also. And I I have been doing a few things with my family every once in a while, like I helped my sister several times moving some furniture and doing little things like that. And I got sued by a credit card company. We worked out, I had to go to court actually, and the judge had the biggest potty mouth I've ever heard in my life. And the F word was thrown around repeatedly, and it was a little bitty kind of courtroom. It was kind of more like the more modern kind of, not the old fashioned courtrooms. Just now they have like judges, not chambers, but little courtrooms. Each judge has, their judges' chambers, and then they kind of have like a small courtroom for a lot of the judges in each district, just to handle small court cases like this. So we worked it out, and I have to pay like $100 a month, and it'll be paid for, and well, probably hopefully August, September, something like that. And I'm trying to just pay that off because I did owe it, and I didn't contest it or anything like that. I just wanted to work out the payment plan, and the judge was real happy to do that. And then she was also a pit bull lover. She had, I think 7 or 8 or some, a huge amount of pit bulls. And I have 2, and my sister went with me, and she had on a t-shirt that had a pit bull. It was a pit bull event in the city she lives in, where they were giving out, it was a charity, not charity, but a pit bull advocacy group that were giving out free shots and medical checkups for your pit bull, and free spay and neuter. And I had taken my dog Lucky there. And when I think about it, it was 14 years ago, I think, around 13 or 14 years ago. Because it took him when he was a baby, and he was, I don't know, maybe 2 months old. He was a tiny, tiny baby, and she still had that shirt, and she was wearing it that day when she went with me. The judge saw it, and she's like, "Oh, you have pit bulls?" And so at first she was real conservative, and she made some conservative type of remarks, I don't want to get into that, but at first I was like, oh my God, I'm going straight to jail. This lady's going to send me to the slammer. But then when she saw my sister's pit bull shirt, she kind of softened up and started talking to us about pit bulls. And I own 2 pit bulls, and both my sisters have had pit bulls. And so went through that. And this is something that is something I talked about on my TikTok. I had a death in the family that affected me, and trying to get emotional. My nephew passed away. He was 32 years old, too young, and it was a horrible accident, and it really affected me, and it still does. It's been about 2 months, and it's something I'm struggling with, dealing with, and I still have a lot of issues talking about it. I'm trying not to get emotional, but I'm trying to heal from that. My whole family is. And I've been spending a little bit more time with my sister, and God, I didn't think I would be tearing up or getting upset, but see, it's still really hard when you go through something like that. And I made a couple of TikToks about him. You can look on my TikTok if you want, Kimberly Q77. I made one. Please don't be harsh. Please don't leave any comments about, I was notified by text of this, but that's because they were trying to call me, and I wouldn't answer my phone for several hours, and I was busy talking on the phone with a friend, and I was ignoring the calls, and I thought it was bill collectors or something like that. And then I stopped at a convenience store after I was talking to my friend, got off the phone, but I was fixing to go in the store, and then I thought, well, let me check and see what those calls were. I think they're probably just random spam calls, But in case it's something important, and I looked, and it was my sister, and it was a text, or I saw there was a phone call and a text. And I went to the text, and it said, I can't repeat it, but I was notified. And I know that sounds like a horrible way, but she was just trying to, sometimes we communicate a lot that way. If we can't get, if we, one or the other is not answering the phone, then, and we have to contact the other person, we text them something, you know, and so she knew that I would want to know immediately. And I mean, I did. I immediately just took off, and I drove from one city to the other. And so I've been dealing with that, and I might make another video here on YouTube about him. He was something else. He was just a bright spot in my life. And just trying to struggle to, you know, deal with that. Anybody who's gone through that, you know, gone through a loss that means something to them, that's really hard for them to get through. I don't think you really get over it. I will never get over it, but I think you can get through it. I think you can pick up, you know, a little bit of your life, and I'll probably go more into it. I'll make another video about this, because I kind of wanted to, in the future, include him on my YouTube channel, and I talked to him about it years ago, or right when I first really started getting serious about my YouTube channel. And I had kind of talked to him. He kind of thought it was kind of funny, or like, oh, well, what would I do, you know? But he was such a character, you know, and he liked to fish, and I liked to fish, and I had a fishing hat on, and you know, we did a lot of things, you know, we were a lot alike, and he was just my little fishing buddy. And we hadn't been fishing for actually a long time, for like, it's been over 20 years since we've been fishing. I had sold all my fishing tackle and my poles when I moved, and I got rid of a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I'll probably never go fishing again, or I'm just, I don't know, or if I did, I was like, I want to buy a really nice pole, and these were kind of cheap. Well, one of them was actually really nice. I wish I hadn't sold it in a garage sale. It was a really good pole, but, and had the reel on it was really good. It was a excellent reel, and I sold it really cheap, and I shouldn't have done that. But even my nephew, when he saw it, he goes, oh, this is, I can't remember what brand it was, but he was like, this is nice. And I had gotten it at a garage sale for like, I don't remember, like 10, or it was less than $20, but it was very expensive. And I wish I hadn't sold it, but anyway, I had talked to him, and he's been fishing a lot of places around Texas, and he knows a lot of the lakes. And I was telling him I wanted to go fishing. I wanted for us to, like me and him and his mom and brothers and sisters, like maybe in the summer, go for him to pick a good lake, really nice lake, and for us to go fishing. And when we all had, you know, like a weekend off, for us to all be able to go up there and go fishing, for him to pick the spot for us. And he was like, he told me several places, and I can't remember any of them, because I've only been around here, haven't been to really not very many lakes, just the local places around here. And actually one or two, well, there's been, I guess 3 or 4, I don't know. But I wanted to go to a much bigger, really nicer lake that had more, I don't know, that was stocked better, or I don't know. I just wanted him to pick a really good place, and he told me 3 or 4 of them that he thought were really good. And so, I mean, I was anticipating that in my future, and it's not going to happen. So I have to kind of, you know, get back on track from that, and it's been really hard. But struggling with it, and I have so many good memories because of him. And God, this ended up being a downer. I didn't mean it to be this way. But those are the things I've been going through, you know. I'm just updating, you know. Not going to give up my YouTube channel. I'm just slowing down. It's going to be this way for several months. I'm probably not going to make a whole lot of videos, but eventually I am going to pay more attention to my social media, and I kind of got into the TikTok thing by accident. There was this guy that was making videos, and I started making like commentary videos about him, and it kind of blew up my channel a little bit. Not real, it's not big, it's a tiny baby channel, but anyway, just updating y'all. Yes, I'll get back on track. I will make other videos, but thank you all for coming to my channel. Thank you so much. And if you want to visit my TikTok, it's KimberlyQ77. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.